And today we are back for another Simple Signal stream. So today is a bit of a packed one. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin a lot. So the title, I believe, was Bitcoin is pumping. Does this mean it is bullish? We'll get into that. I did want to show the coin market cap, as we can see by by the numbers we're being shown on the Bitcoin. It doesn't really look like we're bullish or anything of the sorts, but I have seen some people saying that we were bullish for Bitcoin. I don't really think. Oh, we'll get into it. Obviously, we'll get into it when we actually get to the charts. My light is a bit dark actually. Hold on, let me turn this up. Look, ghostly. There we go. It looks a bit saturated. I don't know what's going on. Let me change settings while I'm talking. But yeah, so we're going to look at Bitcoin. Obviously, we look at other coins. Probably look at Ethereum, Solana. Probably have an update on that. Pyth, look at Pyth as well. WIF, I've been looking at WIF quite a bit. I did have a trade open. I did close it not too long ago because I saw things start to go down. So we'll go to that quickly. Have it in the background as I'm talking. There we go. Yeah, so things start to go down. But obviously, we'll talk about this later through the stream, or not too late, but obviously, as I've finished the numerous things I need to list off when I first start the stream. There we go. That's decent saying. Yeah, I don't want my camera too saturated. I don't want like a weird, weirdly coloured person, which I'm not. I'm a normally coloured person. There we go. I'll put there. There we go. So hello again. Welcome to everybody. If you go to the description, there are numerous of links. I always do this every stream. I probably need to record like a 2-minute intro, and then start the stream, say hello, press the video, sit back for a minute, and then come back when that's done. But I've said the same thing every single time, so I might as well do it. Just do it again. I do need to sort it out. I need to make it more streamlined, but. Do check the description out. There's our Telegram, which we talk in very often. I post charts. If I've drawn a chart for me trading personally, wherever it may be, I will normally post them in the trading area of our Telegram. If I have any shorts or long opening or closings or anything of the sorts, if I say, oh yeah, I'm opening this trade, closing this, what profit I made, etc. If it was on a stream, I normally update. Obviously, I give my verdict. At the end of each trade, we look at the charts, give my verdict for going up and down, obviously, and if I do put a trade on that, I will post it in Telegram afterwards and kind of give an update on where we saw the price be at, how it's moved, and did it follow what I said, as I said it would or should have been. Other than, we've also got Fairdesk link, so we are currently partnered with Fairdesk. That was a huge day actually as well. Let me have that open. We are currently part of Fairdesk. You can't see in the top left because it is covered. The logo is covered by our clock, which we do have. I also haven't started the timer yet, but I'm not going to start the timer. It's a chill stream. It started a bit later, whatever it may be. But top left is the logo, but you can't see it. This is Fairdesk. This is the trading platform we are partnered with. I normally do trades. When I see a good trade, I will trade on here. I will trade on here live on the stream. There's also a link in the description if you do want to go sign up. It is our link. Down there, so do go check that out. We also do copy trading, where I trade and you put the money on, and then basically I just trade it, and then I get like a small portion of it, but you get most of the trade because obviously you're having most of the risk, but you don't have to trade or anything. It just trades based off me, what trades I do. So I think that's I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, check the members out. If you are new to the channel, before you spend any money on us, do make sure you do go subscribe. That's probably the first step to the 2-step plan. First step, subscribing. Second step is being a member. But the first step, I think the first step's quite an easy task to start off with. It's free. You might as well. We do really great content. Obviously, I'm more of the side of doing TA and drawing charts, whereas Mike kind of does majority of the videos and actually kind of like not essays, but like kind of explanational videos. Let me refresh the chart. I don't know too right. Yeah, we're falling. I thought so. I'm glad I got out quickly. It's going down pretty rapidly. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. I always forget what needs to be said on the streams. I think that's pretty much it though. I think we should just get into it. I think I'll just go on to CoinMarketCap first, just to look at what's going on in the prices. Now, it doesn't seem very exciting. it's really, and it hasn't been exciting because when we go to the Bitcoin chart and put it up, we will talk about. I think I don't know 1 hour. I put it on the 1 hour. 1 hour is a bit more exciting looking. No, it's a bit messy. I'll do 1 hour, the 4 hour. There we go. So obviously we did look at, we looked at the charts. We drew this. We drew it on Friday. About here. So this was the kind of area we're already in on Friday, and obviously this played out. And basically I said we were in this range, which we were. Then we broke below it. I think I basically said, I can't remember exactly what I said on the stream on Friday. No, I didn't stream on Friday. When did I draw it? When did I draw this? I didn't stream Friday. So I think I streamed Wednesday. I don't think I streamed Friday, so I don't know when these lines got through. It might have been on the stream on Wednesday. That might have been it. I think it was, yeah. So it was Wednesday when I said this. How could it have been Wednesday? I have no idea. I must have drew it between Thursday and Friday, but we didn't stream Friday. So I actually don't know. In general, what coins are you doing today? Well, so we're doing the usual, doing Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. I'm probably gonna do so we normally do Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum is like the main big coins, and then I kind of move on to like coins which move a bit differently. So we're gonna do Pyth, as we've done Pyth quite often. I do want to show the movement Pyth has had. I did also post a screenshot of the chart and an update on Telegram. So if you did watch the streams and you saw the trade and you got in it, there was an update for that on Telegram. So if you did miss it, do make sure you go to join the Telegram, go to the trading area, and you will see all the live updates. Not live, but all the quick updates to the charts we do on the stream. So we'll look at Pyth because the movement was pretty rapid. As you can maybe possibly tell, the movement was pretty good. I mean, the TA was 1 point. The trade was there. It was placed well. We'll get into it. All the goodness after we do the big dogs. And I think I'm going to look at WIF because I have done my second big trade because basically I think it was what day was that? Was that yesterday? Yeah. So yesterday I put these trades in because basically I was about to go to bed. I was like, let me put some trades in. Let me do some quick TA. Let me put some trades in. So we put some trades in. And it was, I'm glad I put a trade in. It was nice to put a trade in at night because I just got to sleep on it because I was quite confident in the trade. It was quite impressive. I just went on my phone, boom, boom. Obviously, the Pyth was more of I did multiple TA type because Pyth was a calculated one because I was aware of what was supposed to happen. I was just waiting for it to occur. So Pyth was a very good feeling trade because I was waiting for it to happen and it happened, which was very nice. But also, again, like I said, we'll get into it. But WIF, I just saw WIF, I saw its movement, and I've been hearing quite a couple of things about it. So I thought I'd have a look at it and just see what's going on with WIF. I don't really know a lot about the project. I'm the TA guy. I look at the price movement. I see, coin move very high, coin move very low, very rapid coin. I put 50 on, I get a lot of money. Me happy. That's me. I'm caveman. I like the money. But obviously, if you did want a review on the project, I'm sure I could go give the hard work some where I sit here. Like I said a couple streams ago, talking about how I go into this room. It's scribblings on the walls. It's posters plastered everywhere with pins and everything drawn together with red string. And then me, obviously, it's just I sit here on the computer and go boom, 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 and the price go up. Haha, me happy, and everyone else happy because everyone makes money. Obviously, again, prefacing everything, none of this is financial advice. Don't take any of this with 100% seriousness. I just read the data and translate it through my little brain up here and spew out words on the internet for you to I guess just look at. Again, not financial advice. And this stream also I should preface, it's more of a relaxed one. We started a bit later. I'm a bit tired. But I did want to get a stream out because Friday I was also tired, so I can't just do 2 days in a row of missing the streams. Friday it was late. I'd already done quite a lot throughout the week, so but we're back at it, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm feeling confident enough. I think I'm going to put a trade on this stream. I think I'll put a trade on. But I don't want to trade to force, and a lot of people say this. I don't want to force a trade. I don't want to find a trade in a market. I want the market to find a trade for me. I don't know. I don't really know how to word it, but I don't want to trade. I don't want to look at a chart and immediately go, okay, I'm going to trade right now. So for example, what was rewarding with Pi, as I was going on about, I saw this movement which could occur, but I had to wait, you know, multiple hours. I think I had to wait till the next day for it to actually, you know, go along with what was supposed to happen. But yeah, let me just check my other page here. There we go. So I need to refresh the page, it's all gone wrong. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't want to just find a trade out of nothing and just completely just trade because I can, because it's on the stream. But I would love to try and do a live trade because I want to, you know, demonstrate the platform, demonstrate how I do it, and kind of show I'm not just saying things. I'm not just saying things. I'm just not just doing crap TA, which, you know, doesn't work. I'm just saying things because for the sake of it, and it actually isn't true. I want to, you know, back my words with real, actual hard dollar. But yeah, anyway, let's just go on to Bitcoin. Don't want to yap on too long. But with the title, didn't want to preface it. Some people are saying we're quite bullish with Bitcoin. Yib yabbing. I haven't actually looked at the Bitcoin chart yet. I haven't really seen the update. A lot of these charts do it live. I don't, you know, obviously I know if you go watch Frank Kendall's, he spends like however long he spends, you know, drawing all these, you know, all these folders, whatever. Who cares? And then you got like Crypto Life, boom, boom, line here, line there. You got indicator here, indicator. It's got 8 indicators. Just, whoa, you don't need that, okay? You don't need that. See, you don't need all that crap, okay, to be a good trader. You really don't need all that crap. You need your big, solid. You need to build your own foundation. Obviously, you know, if you want to copy, you know, the sort of indicators I use. Obviously, we've got some significance I use very, very often. You know, always use this when I do trading. So if you do want to check that out, it's free. It's completely free. I don't want to charge for it. I made it. You know, this is Crypto Warehouse's first indicator of hopefully many. I do like, you know, the process of making an indicator was very. I wanted to have a purpose. I wanted to make something which I thought I would use often. If other people want to use it, I'm more than happy to let people use it. Obviously, you know, you've got the market cipher based things. You've got like boom, big, huge, you know, indicators where people can go and, you know, spend tons of money. You know, could make something similar and charge a bit less for it. Obviously, you don't want to, you know, cause you know, undercut people and, you know, cause this price war. But you know, this is our first indicator. It's not, you know, there's not tons of features, but it is, you know, it's a solid, useful. Oh yeah, I forgot about the side thing. I'm stupid. There we go. Let me make sure you can see the price there. There we go. So top left, yeah, you got the price, the time, whatnot. There we go. So so obviously, you know, we could make something like Mark Cipher, something, you know, big, substantial, but this is just a solid foundational. Like this is, you know, support resistance. You know, these are useful things, well, for me anyway, because, you know, I do also use you know, the volume profile quite occasionally to draw, but I kind of just leave it up to, you know, because obviously you can recognize ranges. You know, the normal way I do it, obviously I'd go onto the volume profile, I'd draw all these lines, and the charts were horrible. And I feel sorry for anyone looking at them on stream. You know, I went back to one of my Solana charts I did ages ago. It's horrifying. I had like 10 lines of support resistance. I don't know what was going on. It was a mess. But then, you know, I have simple significance, which stood it all for me. And then if I want to draw anything, I'll just draw it based on price consistency. So for example, over here, we've got some price consistency in Bitcoin, for example, in this kind of area here, you know, boom, this top, these tops here, this top, and we're hovering at it now. Obviously, that was just a quick example. These aren't, you know, really long-term support resistance zones, but, you know, you can identify price action based on, you know, how it prints out and how it, you know, like here, for example, this was a clear-cut range. I did, you know, talk about this. You know, these are ranges. You can clearly see it's a range. So there's some things you do need to see with, and some things you don't. You know, I'm really glad I got out of with when I did. It was starting to come down. I quickly got out of it. But yeah, so as I was saying, you know, if you do want to check the indicators out, you can. I will be trading. I will hopefully find a trade live today. To demonstrate on the stream. Let me just make sure this is properly aligned. There we go. So how long have we been live for? I've been live for 20 minutes. I've been yapping for 20 minutes and haven't actually shown any charts. So let me shut up and let me actually show you some charts. So I've come back to this. Hopefully my voice isn't too loud. I've come back to the title, Bitcoin Pumpkin. Oh, I've said pumpkin again. I'm really tired today. Bitcoin pumping. Does that mean we are in a bullish trend or whatever the title was? I saw quite a few people on YouTube, you know, talking, oh my God, Bitcoin's going on, we're bullish. Well, let's get into it. Okay, I think we should just get into it. Let me take a sip first on my drink. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. So, people saying, oh my god, look, it's really, we are falling. How much is the movement? Crazy, 1%. Everyone was like, oh my god, we're bullish. I don't really know if they know what they're talking about. It doesn't really look, I mean, obviously you can look at it at a glance and go, oh my god, Bitcoin's bullish. No, we're not. We've just moved like from the top of our range to the bottom. We've moved 2% down. Obviously, I'm not saying we're going to move down forever. We are kind of range bound. We had this one wick upwards, which kind of defined this range, which we're in. And this, I think, I drew this line as the lowest point we'd seen, which was obviously this wick, which we are playing within that. There's a word for it, the word slipped my mind, but kind of we're respecting these lines, especially with the bottom of where we had for this green line, which we went to. It wasn't because, if the line was here and went straight upwards, I would lean on to more the fact that our last point would be around here. But since we came down with this, we were in a huge movement, and we came down and we touched here and came right back up. So it was clearly a volume point. Or a price point where we saw, a lot of buy pressure, for a lot of a surge in buys, I suppose you could say, or surge in demand for Bitcoin. So you can clearly say there's a lot of ways. I mean, Mike points this out quite often when we talk, and we talk about it on stream as well. There's not really there's wrong ways of drawing a TA, but there's not really like a right way. It's not very binary, because he all he does is he draws lines on things. He does, okay, boom, and then he does boom, and he goes boom, and then he'll do boom like that, and go, okay, look, we're gonna come down to 40. We're gonna come down to 40,000, and then we're gonna go back up. Obviously that's a quick example of it, but he'll just draw lines. He'll just draw charts. It's not very full, and obviously, the kind of the thing people say is like, oh yeah, you don't want, if you have a trader who has a graph which just has indicators. It was just like I've seen some people have their indicators. I'm trying to find, there it is. And it's just like this. I don't even know. It's just like this. It's like, okay, so and the price is like this. It's like, yeah. So I'm looking at the price right now. I'm looking at the price action. Okay, looks like we're going to go to 50,000. What is all this on the screen? What are you doing? Like, you don't need all this crap on your screen. You need like market cipher. Like I use two things. Okay, simple significance. Support and resistance. You want the closest you can get to pure statistics and data as close as you can. You don't want these like super trend X5 indicator which like goes based off the lunar cycle. Obviously I know you can use the lunar cycle. There's people online who use lunar cycle to reckon the price. But we go off the average scores for the Super Bowl or this, that, the other. It's like some crap like this. Like, shut up. Like, you've got support resistance, which is where people are demanding the price and where people are supplying the price at. You've got market cipher A. It's not really, I don't use any of these symbols. I don't really care. I could probably remove it and just have the EMA. I like having it because of this grey and pink line. I like it because you have these dips up and down of the price. So for example here, I know we are like bearish because grey is bearish and colourful is bullish, I suppose you could say. But no, there's occasions where you might come above the price, a bit like over here consistently, but you come back down, but it stays grey. But with market cipher and its infinitely black magic wisdom, when you print below it and hit off, when you break below with a high liquidity and then bounce off the EMA and then come down again, it starts to go grey. So it's good for recognizing if it's like a fake break of the EMA, because EMA is pretty like, look, like bounce, and then we broke below, and this was, and when we're still purple with our EMA, yet we've broken below it, there's going to be a quick surge back upwards, which there was, and then bounce, and we broke below, quick surge back upwards, bounce, but now it's grey, so now we know we are bearish. Obviously this isn't a huge line, but this is 4 hour to be fair. But the grey and the purples, they're normally quite like a long. They last for quite a long time. Obviously here, it might not have been too long, but still, it's like 7 days, like a week. They last quite a long time. So we've had quite a long period of being bullish above the EMA price, and now we're starting to break below, and now we're starting to go grey. I don't know if it's a trailing colour indicator or if it's like confirmed. But obviously, the more candles we confirm below the EMA, the stronger it is. In terms of the consistently being below the EMA, obviously it can be very bearish. We're going to bounce off it numerous times. But that's why I don't really use all these symbols. I don't really care because they don't really mean much. It's more market cipher B is the VWAP, which is an actual, it is price data based. Momentum, which I believe, I can't go into the code, I don't know exactly what it's based off, but it's a momentum wave. I know people use it different ways. And then you've got the money flow. What does money flow is the flow of the money. Now, the majority of this data is provided by obviously TradingView, but you want this whole conversation has been a big long blabber to basically say you don't want a lot of indicators. You don't want to be just looking at 7 indicators to try and get as much confidence as you can, just so I can make the best trade I can. It's like you don't need that. You need like a checklist. You need a checklist of like let's just say 5 things. You need a checklist of 5 things to follow. Like are we in a rate? Like how close are the support and resistance zones? Are we at a support and resistance zone? Is the VWAP, the money flow, or the momentum going down? Are we about to cross over to the positive or the negative? These are simple things I follow to try and see what I want to trade. So, and I've made a simple process which works for me, where I can go do it on my phone and get trades which net me an 88% profit. So you want to find a simple yet effective. I know it's quite hard. Oh yeah, just find something simple but is really good. Like it's quite hard to say. But this is what works. Obviously, what works for you might be different. But there are ways, and you do go to the Telegram and do ask me in the PM. How do we get market cipher in different ways? Obviously, there are different things which kind of replicate it. But if you are interested in looking at market cipher A or B, do message on Telegram and I'll explain to you how to do it. But yeah, it's just simple with market cipher, and then it's ICT concepts. Obviously, people crap on ICT. People absolutely love ICT. It is personal preference, but here a lot of these things are just a translation of things which already exist within normal trading. And people say this on Reddit all the time. I've seen some posts about them looking at ICT versus normal trading based on like an actual people in Wall Street, for example. And this is the same sort of situation we talk about with Mike and me. It's like you can give the same chart to a person who's done ICT for like 4 months, 5 months, and the person who's been going to having an actual job in Wall Street, who's looking at charts on actual like not like Web3 stuff, actual proper like commodities and whatnot, or chartable things to trade, and they'll both do the same thing, but they'll just talk about it with different language. But I do like looking at it because like FVG, for example, and I'm going to move on to Python. We're not going to spend too long on the chart. That's why I'm talking quite a lot, because I don't think there's going to be a lot to say between what happened, last stream, what happened now. There's not really too much to say, especially with Bitcoin. There's not really too much to say. So I'm going to move quite fast. So that's why I'm kind of talking just in general now, in terms of just natural trading. There we go. So yeah, anyway, my point is just keep it a bit. You don't need that many. If you want that many and it helps you, at the end of the day, whatever helps you in terms of being able to draw a good graph which actually plays out properly, it doesn't matter what I say. It's just my opinion, and this is just how I go about trading. But anyway, yeah, Bitcoin bullish. Very simple answer to this. Let's go to our handy dandy, trusty, worthy market cipher B. We can look at simple significance. If we were to hide. If we wanted to hide every single thing apart from simple significance, we could easily see that it's like, okay, what are we going to do? And obviously hiding market cipher. I didn't need to do that. It's like, okay, what's happening with Bitcoin? Okay, well, we've been in this range. We were in a range here, and then we bounced near here. Obviously, it seems like there's some sort of supply demand point here, nearing these tops of these these candles. And then we bounced off our resistance point, and then we came back down, and now we're coming to a support point. So it's like, okay, what would I think is going to happen with the price? I think there is a range area here. There's a bit of a range for Bitcoin's price to be at, to touch it and then come back up. So we could either touch there, or touch here, or basically touch this area, mainly this area below here. So the lower we get, the more we'll have chance of going up. So we have this this range here, this 1% range, of we could either touch here and continue to go up, and just go back up to resistance point. That is, simple. If it's oversold, it'll go back up. I mean, obviously you've got momentum, you've got money flow, you've got all these things to look at. I'm not saying supply and demand is the god of all things. It's just a consistent. But when you do TA, looking at the action of the price, directly on the chart, it is a lot more effective than a trailing indicator. And with support and resistance, it's not really so much trailing, due to the fact that it uses a lot of previous data, like, you know, price points here, boom, 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 here. So it's something consistently tested, but it is like a functional thing where it these similar significance does continue to update as the price moves on. If there's a more consistent support and resistance zone. But you know, if I had nothing to look at other than you know, these points here, I would say, okay, well, we had a fair value gap here. I can't really extend it because it's so difficult to get. Oh, there we go. Okay, we had a fair value gap here, and we seem to dip into it. Obviously, when we look at like Forex and stuff, it's a lot more you know, regimed and artificial and algorithmic. So they do, you know, respect them quite often. But you know, we've had fair value gaps, especially with Pipe, where you've touched it, gone up, touched it again, and then gone up again. So we've got this little gap here where we broke our previous low. You know, we came up, bounced, and our previous bounce we broke below it. So we do have our market structure shift downwards, and then we just came back up again. But we produced this fair value gap. Which then means when we touch this area, it signals to us that we're, you know, oversold. We should go back up again, and we did. But you know, we're touching that similar area again. So what this is telling me is, even though we've touched this fair value gap, you know, we should probably maybe go up again. If not, like I said, we could break this, continue to go down here toward our support point, and then bouncing up again. So we're just in a range. Simply, we're in a range. But again, like I said, Mark Cipher, you know, I don't really need to answer anything. I don't know what this is. Oh yeah, that's my previous thing. I don't really care about that. There we go. So this is really easy to answer. Are we bullish or not? Are we bullish or bearish on Bitcoin? Well, VWAP going down and negative, bad. This is very simple. VWAP negative and going down has negative gradient, but bearish. Money flow is going down pretty rapidly. That's our trend, bearish. Momentum, we are oversold, which is, you know, as we get closer towards this white dotted line, it becomes more and more bullish. However, our momentum is going down, which is bearish. So all of our three are the trifecta of terror is telling us we're going down. So we're just obviously, you know, support and resistance points and whatnot, and EMAs and all this jibber jabber. That's telling us, like, you know, where we're going to go, not what direction, but what point we're going to go to. So we could see ourselves, you know, go below this and go towards 42,100. But I mean, if we respect this support point here a bit more consistently, then, you know, we could probably see ourselves go back up again. But, you know, a lot of things are pointing down, especially our money flow. So I think we might. If I get rid of this, I think we might. Where's the line? There it is. We might go like this, probably either bounce off here or probably come down to here. I'm just going to assume the worst and then come back up again. That's what I see Bitcoin doing. I don't really see it really, you know, especially with what's going on in market stuff. This is the 4 hour. 4 hours a lot more, you know, systematic, especially when you're doing trading, especially on the lower time frames. You do want to look at the 4 hour, or I like the 4 hour personally, but you do want to see what's the overall trend of the market before you go into trading on the smaller time frames. But again, this is on the 4 hour, so it's a more, you know, systematic, you know, price action. When you see things like market cipher, it does follow it pretty accurately. And we're very bearish on all these indicators. So I think we could go as low as, you know, 42,000 roughly, and then probably coming back up to 43,200. So we've kind of got this, you know, nearly 3% range. You know, if it's worst case scenario, probably a 3.2% range for Bitcoin. So I don't really think we're bullish right now. I think we're going to continue to go down. I don't really see us absolutely breaking out. So whoever said that, I don't agree, but that's opinion. So let's go on to Ethereum. I think on this platform. Yeah, so Ethereum, let's have a little look. So I can't remember exactly what I said because I speak a lot. You know, I'm conscious of, I'm not self-conscious about it, but I'm conscious of the fact that I do speak quite a lot. And a lot of the time when I speak a lot, it's either, and I don't remember, either I speak a lot, I don't remember, it's either because I was speaking so much crap that it didn't go in for me personally, and I'm the one saying it, or I spoke so much greatness that it was too much for my simple human brain to absorb. Even though it produced it itself, it was too much for me to absorb that I can't remember. So I don't even know how you guys are supposed to remember my absolute greatness of TA, so I'm sorry. So we're both in the same boat here. I can't remember what I said, but we can basically just look at the price to see what's going on. We've got a red diamond. I don't care about market cipher A things. I don't really look at it. What have we got though? This is something considerable. It's not really, actually. I'm not going to talk about that. Negative money flow. or negatively going downwards money flow. We've got a negative gradient for the money flow, which is our trends. Our trend is starting to go downwards. We have negative VWAP and in the negative, so our candles are going to be red printing. And our momentum, even though it's nowhere near being overbought, it is going downwards, which is bearish still. But we are on like the 0 point. We're on the minus 7.293 whatever point. So, you know, we're negative for Ethereum as well. I think we might come towards 2271. This breaker block has been consistent, very consistent actually. So we could, you know, if we don't respect the 22.7 or 2271, whatever you 22.7, 2270, whatever you want to call it. We could bounce off it and come back up again, probably coming towards the 23,000 because we've got EMA here. If we do break below that, we could go as low as what we saw kind of over here at 22.5 or 22,000, not 2,250. It's very funny to say, 2,250, and you know, probably come down there and then go up again. So I think we're also going to be going down on the Ethereum as well. And you know, if Bitcoin's going down, things are generally going down as well. So that's it. Ethereum. I don't really have a lot to say. There's not really much of interest for me to talk about. That's the problem. When I do my tea on the 4 hour, things take ages for anything to be considerable. And you know, there's not there's not enough chat action for you guys to deserve a 15-minute trade. So I'm not going to trade either of these. I think I'm going to start. I'm dying. I'm probably gonna. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. I'm probably gonna end up looking for a trade on something like WIF or Pyth because they're more active. And I've already done Bitcoin TA, and I know it's probably going down. So I already kind of know. And especially with Pyth and Bitcoin's actions are very similar. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why the price is just frozen here. But anyway, let's just continue to go back here. So what was this? Oh yeah, this was nice. This was very cool. I've already commented on this in the stream, but this was very, very nice to see. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that it was completely opposite, and I'm glad. I'm so glad it was the opposite because the fact I said on the stream, anything but positive news is bad news. Even if there's no news to begin with, like nothing's changing, we're gonna go down. And our movement between my action and the price action was completely opposite, and that is so perfect. I'm so glad that it was perfect like that, because it meant that I was right, except on the binary, on the other end of the binary data being that there's no news coming out, and it was negative news, kinda. So I'm glad that happened. But go comment on what the current price action of Solana is. We're getting quite close to the bottom of this range, which is about $95.50. The top of the range being $100. This line is basically at this support point as well. I have a 2%. I don't know if I have it by default, but I have a 2% padding on. No, it's over here. 2% zone whips. This is kind of a padding on between the actual resistance or support zone and then just this area, and it does follow it pretty accurately, which is quite nice. So but our line is basically on this support point. So we've got a $94 to a $93 or $94.50 to $93 support area, and like a $100 to probably like $101.50 range for our upwards end. But we do have a great EMA, which has been printing very consistently, so that is bearish, sorry. VWAP is negative and going down, which is bearish. We've got our money flow, which is in the green, but is going quite heavily down, which is our general trend. So we can see since this point, if we draw this line, and we can see our trend is downward. So, and as I explained it so eloquently on the last stream, I think it was, of what each kind of thing on MarketCypher indicates. So you've got this system of, okay, you've got the money flow being the trend. So we have green wicks, we have red wicks, we have all these things within this movement. But as long as money flow is going down, our trend is going down. Obviously, we had this quick movement upwards here, especially where our VWAP kind of so gratefully shows us. And then as we continue to go down, we still had this quick dip up and then continue to go downwards. Momentum being, kind of also kind of a mid ground where we have our negative movement, which is our negative movement, and then we had a dip up and then continue negative. We had a dip up and negative movement. Obviously, they're kind of trailing, so it's not like it's going to just show you what the price is going to do straight up. And our VWAP is kind of what the candle's doing, if it's positive or not. So we can see it wasn't a positive gradient or in the positive, but it was less negative than we had previously. So we kind of had this short. Obviously, the V up is so rapid; it's kind of like a rabid dog. It just moves so erratic, I suppose you could say. So, even a slight increase from a negative gradient, still being negative, we have a quick move upwards. So it's still quite a, it's quite rapid. So, but I'm not going to go on to teaching market cipher. There's people out there that'll do that for you. But we are very bearish on everything. But momentum is we're heavily oversold. As we can see, we've just been going down for Solana, so we're heavily oversold. So momentum is kind of telling us we should, at some point soon, hopefully be going up. But momentum is still going down, which is bearish. Red dot, all the momentum, everything's pointing downwards. Same like everything in the market. So we're still going to probably continue to go down for Solana. I don't really see it going much lower than 1.5 cents to 2 cents, wherever that area is. I don't really see it moving too much, but I do still see it going downwards until we start to see VWAP and whatnot go upwards. When our VWAP goes upwards and continuously goes upwards, and our momentum actually starts, not just like these little tricks over here where it goes up a tiny bit and comes right back down, where it actually starts to have a bullish movement, and our money flow everything starts to go up. We'll probably have a 6% move, then back upwards to $100, and be positive again, and maybe possibly. But I still see, as we continue to go downwards, our EMA will move downwards. So we might have our EMA start to come towards the midpoint-ish of this area. So we'll probably see. Let me get this straight on. There we go. So we'll probably see, maybe a struggle at the midpoint. So we do. I mean, I do draw this not very often, but I do draw it. If I find the fib here, where we have this kind of mid. See, as I was saying, we have this midpoint of the price within this range. So we probably see ourselves like bounce off it, the 97 whatever range, and then maybe come back down. But we are in the negative area of this. We're in like a discounted area, so we should start look for longs within this area. So when this starts to go positive again, I wouldn't bother trading it until it starts to go positive again, and then actually catch a full movement. I'm not going to catch movements, in the middle of it for the sake of it. Let me check the comments. Good morning, legends. Good morning, Web3 Superstar. Well, it's not quite, as you might see in top left, it's not quite morning for me, but it's morning for you. Good morning to you. We're currently looking at Solana. Looked at Ethereum and Bitcoin like not too long ago. We're not bullish for Bitcoin. I only have the title like that because I saw quite a few people online saying we're bullish for Bitcoin. I don't think we're bullish for Bitcoin at all. I think they're lying. But now you've caught the right time, because now I'm looking at WIF or dog with hat, whatever you want to call it, and PIFE. I do want to do a great update on the PIFE. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one again. There we go. I do want to do an update on the PIFE. We did go down. Yeah, so that's great and all. I did talk in Telegram, about how we were going to go to 47.77, and then we were going to retract down. You know what? Let me just get Telegram up. I can't show. I'm not going to show it on screen, but that's not Telegram. To say what I said in the actual Telegram, to see what I said in the trading area. So do go check Telegram out if you're not in there already. I said, hold on, let me find it. I said retractment to 0.4774 again. We could bounce back up from the FVG again and go to about 51 cents. I said we could because we've already bounced off the FVG or this FVG midpoint multiple times already. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was unfulfillable, whatever you call it now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we've broken below the 4774 and bounced below it. Actually, this is interesting. Okay. It seems like we have, okay, let me draw this. This is actually live, proper, interesting stuff now. So we've got this, God's sake again. Okay, we've got that area. Let me just quickly do this. This is interesting. This is really, really interesting. So we've got this fair value gap. It's not quite, I might delete that one. We've got this, okay, fair value gap between these 2 wicks here. This is perfect. We've got a high wick on the lower end, a low wick here, but there's no wicks on the top, but on the bottom here, which is really good to look at and see. Okay, this is amazing. Let me do where is it? Here, there we go. Let me do an array so we can see the price. So at 4796, we had our midpoint of the FVG, which is roughly where you want to see the price hit before you come down. Now, you might notice hopefully you can notice on the 1 hour, this is, we printed out this FEG, and then our price went up to basically touching the middle point of the FEG, and now we're coming down. So I think we're going to be quite bullish. Obviously, the markets line up the fact that we should be bullish on FEG anyway, but this movement, I'm not going to delete some. There we go. This movement is textbook. This is beautiful. So I don't think we're going to break up. Actually, I'm going to change what I said. Obviously, I know what I said at the time for the guy. The FEG didn't print out, so I couldn't really say much. I think we're going to go down because we are below this resistance point. Obviously, we're bouncing at the 2% mark pretty accurately. As you can see, we're bouncing at this 2% mark very, consistently. If we do print again, which will happen in 12 minutes, I believe. Yeah. If we print again 12 minutes below, we'll probably continue to break down. We'll probably see a 3% movement down for Pyth, going towards that support point, which we see over here, multiple times. Obviously, our support is actually at 4476, but we could, continue to retract down there. But we do have a consistent area of, price here where we've bounced off, which is, it seems like it's pretty consistent liquidity. So yeah, that's what I see kind of Pyth doing. If we quickly look at Market Cipher, we're oversold, which does make sense as we've moved down so much. Our momentum is looking like it's starting to get closer towards going to, or looking like it might start to go towards the green, or print a green dot out and cross over and continue to go up, which is always going to be great. We should go. I mean, it would make sense that we would retract. We had a huge move up and then we've retracted down, but now we're kind of at this midpoint. So if I quickly, this was kind of the area. So now we're quite discounted. So I think, I would want to say we'd go back up to about 50 cent, but we're below a support. We're below this support point, which is now resistance. So I think it'd be quite hard to get up again. VWAP, it's very close to being positive again. It had a huge positive gradient. Obviously, like I said, VWAP is erratic. It doesn't mean the price is going completely accurate. But as you can see, as we started to go up, we had started printing green candles. But then, even though we still have a positive gradient, it started to slow down. We now have a red candle. Money flow is negative and is going down, which is still looks like we might continue our negative movement. That's quite interesting how the money flow was flat, even though we had this huge move downwards. That's pretty interesting. Don't know why that happened. But I think it's quite hard to say because we could stay at this price point for our support. Because what's been happening is we've been in this area of like this 1% area of our resistance between this 2% area and the actual resistance point. So it's quite hard. It's quite hard to say because we're kind of doing this sort of movement. Because we can either break above it again, coming either, going up from the FEG and kind of having this huge move upwards towards the 50 cent mark, or, again, doing this really rapid, like, it's like a pressure cooker area, breaking down how I think we might do, bouncing off this and coming back up again maybe. So it's quite hard to say for Pyth. So I'm probably going to have, if I'm going to do a trade tonight, I might have to do WIF, I'm not going to lie, because this isn't looking too good. But, and again, what's making this even harder is the fact that everything is so close with Market Cipher. So, the VWAP could easily quickly cross over, and the money flow can easily. We're not deep. We don't have like a really deep, negative money flow or positive money flow. We don't have a really tall or high or really fast gradient for the VWAP. So that's hard to say. The only thing I can go off is the fact that is the previous. So this kind of area. So we're really close to rounding out at this price point, or this arbitrary negative number for, or oversold area for the momentum. The last time we saw this kind of rough area was this movement here, which moved us about, if I go from the prints, well, I can't, there we go. It took us up about 4.5%. So the last time we had this sort of movement for the momentum, we had a 4.5% move upwards. So if we had another 4.5% move upwards for this, we could probably see ourselves go to about 50, not 5%, is it? About the bottom, maybe the bottom over here, maybe here because it prints numerous times. It was about 4.5%, wasn't it? Crap, it's quite hard to say. About 4.49, 0.495 cent. So that's if we do see ourselves actually break this resistance point and we don't actually properly print below it. But again, you know, if we've bounced off it numerous of times, so for us to actually break below it, and then we try to go up and then break below it again is quite bad. But obviously we had this FVG keeping us below, which was not very good. But you know, the last time we have seen ourselves break below this resistance point, you know, quite deep and then come back up again. So we are quite deep now, but we're numerous of candles. You know, this is the 1 hour, so we're about, you know, this is the 1, 2, 3. So we're in the 4th hour of being below this resistance point, which is, you know, quite negative. So if we go to the 4 hour quickly, you know, we're quite negative. We're still moving downwards. We're actually still printing out an FVG as we speak. So we could see ourselves on the 4 hour. We're looking quite negative. Again, money flow is not really moving too crazy. We're looking pretty negative for Mark Cypher. Continue to go downwards. We could see ourselves print another FVG a bit higher like this. So we would probably see ourselves at the 48 cent range. So instead of it being 479 or what is this? 4797, 4796. It's roughly about 48 cents. So about 48 cents for the 4 hour. This is 48 cents. Printing out this FVG. If we come back up towards the 48 cents range, we'll probably bounce down below to the 4584, which is what we had previously here. So I think we're quite bearish on PIFE. However, the movement, it depends what multiplication you do. If you do futures, it depends what leverage you have. But a 2.73% move, that's not too bad. Obviously, but we're going to kind of hover at PIFE. So I don't really want to do an investment just yet in case we know we come up, come down, come up, down, whatever. It's looking quite unsure right now for the price movement for PIFE. So I'm going to leave that one. So we're going to have to whip out a big trade for WIF and have a little look, I suppose. What's the price? Yeah, I don't know why this isn't updating, but we are quite negative, which is what for. What is this grey area? Okay, so this was. Oh, and why is this so small? Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, so I think I looked at it on stream actually. I can't remember when I looked at it, but I must have looked at it on stream. We do have this order block, which is what I've been talking about on stream. We have bullish divergence. So we've got this green. So we've got 2 green dots here. So the green dot is printing at a local low. So we can see every time this green dots appears, obviously not every single time, a lot of them print when there's a green dot which occurs, or a red dot which occurs. Like over here, this was a local high. But the big one over here, the bigger it is, the more confident it is. And right here at this price point, which was basically at this 21126, which is basically this support point, it had this big green dot here, which is basically saying we're at the lowest point. We're at a very low point right now. We're consistently at this low point. So this is support. So we're which coincides with our order block. We're at the support point now. So we're basically at here. So, but our range has been 2212, which I think I caught. I think that's where I had my get out for WIF. Well, yeah, 2133. Oh no, was this a short or long? Last price. I don't know what this is. I'm trying to find out. Oh no, this is the most recent one. I'll talk about this one. There it is. This was a short. So we came from, if you want, 2273. So, oh yeah, okay, it was back here. So we had this consistent movement. We were bouncing off this 2212 price for some reason, and then we're kind of range bound. But VWAP is positive. Our money flow is looking like it's starting to round outwards, and we are so deeply red with WIF. I could see us having a potentially huge move upwards. Obviously, we are below the EMA, but it does just take one quick movement upwards of the green to become bullish again. So we've been negative and below the EMA for quite some time now. So I'm seeing a forecast of we've got a bullish divergence, deep money red money flow, which is looking like it's starting to go upwards. Momentum looking like it's going upwards. VWAP, obviously, that doesn't really matter. It's going upwards, but it's not really going upwards too much. I think we're going to see something really crazy going upwards for WIF. So I might put a long in. Let's put like $30 in. So before we trade, let's find where could our price go to. So I might do it below this order block. I don't know how much percentage of that will lose us. So let's just say 0.2. How much is that badly? It doesn't tell us. We can change it. We'll add it as we go, doesn't matter. Let's make sure we're isolated. I always make sure I'm isolated. Obviously, if you want to do cross, you can do cross. I don't like doing cross. It scares me. 15x. I don't know if that's. Okay, I'm not asking that. I think 15x. I don't think 15x would stop us out, but I think I'm planning to put a stop loss anyway. So I don't think that'll be too bad. I think 15x is good. $30, yeah, that's calm. So I'm gonna do long quickly, and then put in our take profits and whatnot, and where we can see the price going to. So I'm going to do 0.2 just to see how much is that going to lose. So that's okay. Wait, what? Actually, to be fair, that is quite much. Let's see, where can we stop us out at? I'm trying to find a consistent point. Actually, this is pretty consistent down here. So we've got here, and then here, and then over here. So we might do it's 0.207. I just want to get one where we don't actually lose too much. Actually, what would probably be better is if we put in a long draw here to see what our risk to reward ratio is. So if we put it about here, the midpoint of this area, where can we see our price going? I do think we're going to kind of blow up a bit. So we've got the top of here. We could put it to the top of here. I don't want to ride this to like up here, go, oh my god, we can go up. I might do it about here. A 3.28 risk to reward ratio is pretty good in my eyes. So we've got 11% move, so that would be 150, so be 165 roughly, maybe 160 something % move upwards, which would be pretty cool. So I might leave it at that. That's what I might put it at. So we've got our stop loss. What did it tell us? At 206.58. Okay, we're going to do 2.65. I'll do 2.65, whatever. And then our take profit will be at 239.38. So that's the trade. It's pretty crazy trade. Put those. Make sure that's refreshed. Put that in. There we go. So I'm going to have that trade. So that's our trade for WIF. Leave that there. That's our trade for the first. That's the trade for the stream. In terms of the TA, we're at this lowest point we've seen in ages. This is the lowest our money flow has been for WIF, like forever, because it's not been on the charts forever. This is the lowest point we've ever seen for the money flow. And what is getting me hopeful is our positive movement up. There we go. Is our positive movement upwards for the money flow. So it looks like our trend is starting to be positive again. We are very deep in terms of being oversold, and we have already crossed it and started to go up again. Obviously, our money, our view up is it is positive, but it's going down, which is fine because we're kind of in this range. So what we can either happen is I'm going to lose $30. I'm going to lose. How much down? How much do we lose again? Either I'm going to lose $18 or I'm going to gain $50. It's disappeared. Hold on, let me refresh. There we go. So I'm either going to get $51 or lose $18. Pretty good in my eyes. So we do have the potential of wicking down again, even though we've wicked down so many times. But the difference between wicking here, so for example, if we look here, why do we wick here? Okay, well, we did have this huge move upwards, to be fair. But we just wicked. I don't know why we wicked. But like here, for example, we were still quite negative. Everything, we didn't really cross anywhere. We were very negative, and we just came down. But in this regard, we're still going upwards. They have a lot of things going upwards. So I'm trying to justify it, but I think we're going to go up. So that's what I think. Obviously, we're gonna be negative here. We're gonna be positive here. Obviously, when you put a trade in, you're not going to be positive. I mean, I think last time I put a trade in, it was pretty good. I think I was basically positive from the start, but it's gonna vary. It's not going to immediately just go up straight away. Obviously, if I look on the 15-minute, we could see ourselves go down again, but that's only really touching this point here. So, and it's been a while since we touched there. So we're gonna go boom like that and go back up again. So I don't think we hopefully shouldn't wick out, but the risk to reward ratio in terms of wicking or not, I'm willing to take that risk because I think we have some really positive, and this is on the 4 hour. Obviously, I don't care what the 15 minutes saying because the 4 hour is a lot more important than that. So I will keep that updated. That's basically, I've basically cut everything. I think we're good for with hat, not fashion advice. So I think that's basically it for the coins I've done. We've got 2 comments saying what the F is happening with Bitcoin. I don't know what's happening with Bitcoin. Unless you've missed the entire show, go back when the stream ends. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to go down. you know, if you didn't watch, fine, you can go back in the stream. I basically said we're gonna go down, touch this area, and go back up again. But that's over whatever period of time. You know, to be fair, you know, if Bitcoin goes down, everything will go down. I probably get stopped out, but obviously coins aren't just copies of Bitcoin in terms of its price. We do have WAGMI. I don't know if that is in reference to we're all going to make it in terms of how good the market is, or WAGMI games, but you have reminded me of a hilarious situation we had, which was just, I think this was the best. This is what started my career. If anything started my career, this would start my career, because this was just the best thing I think I ever saw in my life. Let me just draw this just to show how great this was. We're about here, and then we move, and now we're here. We've gone down 62% since my video I made. Obviously, I haven't made an update video, so yeah, that's fine. But the amount of flack I got for saying it was going to go down, it was just immense. And for the fact that it happened, obviously this chart was back when, you know, I wasn't like great, or not that I wasn't great, but I wasn't really, you know, I wasn't true powerful like I am right now. But you know, we did have this price point. Our price point was 1524. This price point was 1583. So we basically had this support point regardless. Obviously now it's resistance. Everything's resistance because we're so far down on WAGMI. Because it was probably the worst thing I've ever saw in my life. And there we go. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna ignore that. So hopefully we're up. I'm gonna sleep tonight. You know, dreaming about all the riches I'm about to get and whatnot. Or I'm gonna wake up and what's a nice feeling, but it's also a horrible feeling, is when you wake up and you go to your positions and it's closed, and you click close positions, and this will either make your day or ruin your day. Obviously, you know, you should never trade based on your emotions, but you click this and you go, please be positive, and you go see like, oh my god, I'm positive, oh my god, I'm not positive. So hopefully I do wake up and I see a positive. I'll screenshot it for Telegram and show the trade. So I think that's basically it though for the show. It's been an hour and 2 minutes. Bruno, are you following the GME and AMC trend on Solana? No, I haven't really looked at it, I'm not gonna lie. I remember you did tell me to go draw for AMC. I mean, it was on the 15 minutes. I'm not saying I said anything, but I did say it was gonna go up. Obviously the chart was a bit, you know, puny in comparison. Yeah, it was, you know, it was I said it was gonna go up. I guess I did say it was gonna go up, and it did go pretty well. I'm not on the trend though. Although it has looked like it's moved pretty crazy, especially like 500%. Obviously this has made people a lot of money. Probably lost people a lot of money as well. But from the start though, 400%, that's pretty crazy. That is crazy. It's also like a 42x. That is mental. Yeah, I haven't really gone on them. I don't know. I mean, I don't really scour Bird Eye too much. I hate crypto. It kills me, these dips. Yes, but I mean, if you look at your portfolio and you see your price, you know, what's worse is when you have like, let's say you have like a 10 grand portfolio, and the movement of Bitcoin is the difference between 9,900 and 10,000. It does change you a bit. But you know, I haven't got. I mean, this is. I know you're in it. I think you're in games. The GME, the GameStop one, and this. I actually don't know how much GME is going up. I haven't actually looked at it. So look. Yeah, so I mean, they kind of done the same thing. They kind of had these huge movements. I didn't get in on it. I think it's going higher. Could do. Let me have a look. Okay, so see, this is the thing. I lose all my indicators. And I feel like a scared child. You know, we've got this kind of positive movement, especially. I should probably draw it a bit closer. We've got this movement. So it looks like we're bouncing off this, which is nice. Okay, that's good. That's a positive sign. In terms of where we could see it going, we saw a consistent area here, which we kind of entered and came and rounded out and came below in, which we probably could see ourselves, you know, bounce up to. We did bounce up near it here. Let's probably zoom in a bit. We did bounce near it here. Actually, to be fair, we did bounce at it, because now that I zoom in, actually, let's probably close this a bit. We came up it, but so these are two equal wicks. So this is a pretty good order block of two equal candles of same width. Obviously, obviously it's going to move pretty crazy. Like these market caps are pretty low. So of course it's going to move a bit differently, like not pinpoint accurate. But these are pretty good in terms of order blocks when you have two equally widthed candles and then the movement, and then if it goes below, it's pretty good. So this is pretty consistent order block. What we could see happen for GME is, if I go to push, so we're going to have this movement. What the hell is going on? I don't know where Bird Eye's got its config for me. I don't know where. I'll never draw on this in my life, but we could see something like this, continuously bouncing off this, kind of, creeping up. Now, one or two things is going to happen. Is we're going to have a huge liquidity movement, and this will turn to a bullish breaker block. We have a huge sweep upwards, enter back into it, and then continue to go up. Obviously, the sky's the limit. I don't know how high. We could probably look at the last point of here maybe. Probably end up there. So we could end up there, which is a crazy movement. So you're going to absolutely win. Now, the other thing I see happening is we've kind of got this. Now, this is I'm kind of pulling straws here. So we've got a bounce here, bounce here. So this is kind of this is like the zoomed out, like, big bounce, bounce, bounce type of thing. So the way this could happen is we don't break the order block, and then we come down, and then probably bounce, and then use this other trend line as our support point. So we've got this this shorter trend line going upwards. We could break it and it'll invalidate it, and then probably use this longer term trend line of like a slower, less a slighter gradient, bouncing in between it, like boom, like bouncing off it again. So we could see that happen, and then just continuously do the same thing probably, and then hopefully breaking it, boom, going up again. Or if we break it below, probably see. I'm trying to find some other support point. It's looking like this point here is something considerable. So we could have a movement down. So let me draw this in something a bit more coherent, something a bit more which makes sense, aka a path. Again, these lines. So we have a boom, 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 boom. We could go boom, boom, boom. That's one. Make this nice and thick. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the red pill, blue pill, green pill situation thing again. Or we don't break it, and we break below, and then bounce off, and then do this, and then do this, and then break it, and then go up again. And that's our blue. There's a lot of options. I'm trying. This is quite long term. So we have that option. We have the other option being that we have this situation where we bounce into the blue, and then we bounce off of the order block, and then again don't make it, and then go towards the support point, which is probably green, and then that's it. I think that's pretty much it for this movement. So what are your odds here? You've got a 66% chance of it going up to this 9.5 mark for the price. So I think that's pretty good odds. I think I think that's pretty good odds for GME. You've got two options of it going upwards. The only difference of it being, a day difference. Obviously, this isn't completely accurate. Whenever I draw trends, I'm not telling the future. But you've got a 66% chance of it reaching this resistance point. I think that's pretty good. Or of it reaching this free area, which is a pretty heavy move downwards. So from the current position, if you were to close your eyes and wake up when it's already made its move, you're either going to go down 42% or go up 73%. So what's your ratio here? So let's say you longed, even though let's say you own it. Let's say you're already up. It doesn't matter. Let's just say you longed it from this position. What's your risk to reward ratio? So you've got 66% chance of it going up, which is good. And if you were to put a long in short, a 1.77, which is better than 1, and a trade better than 1, obviously 2 and above is a good trade. But when you've got 1.7, that's pretty good. That's still decent. Obviously, if you had it, let's say you didn't want to get out here, you've got 5 risk to reward ratio, but then you need this to play out properly. But if you had a really really widespread, assurance-based thing, you've got a 1.82 roughly risk to reward ratio, nearly a 2. Actually, I should probably lessen this because this isn't quite accurate. And then zoom that there. It's 1.77. Yeah, well, I can't really change it. But so you've got a 66% chance of it going up 71%, and a 33% chance of it going down about 40%. So I think that's pretty good odds. So maybe look at that. But that's it for that's what I think for GME. So if you're in GME, I think that's what's going to happen with the price. So good luck with that. Hope the best. AMC, I'm gonna do that really quickly for AMC as well, because we're 1 minute and 10 into the stream. So I'll do this for AMC and then get going. Okay, so we've got a really consistent support point here, which is nice to look at. There we go. So we're basically at this point here. We've got this wick, this nice looking wick thing here. Where's the rectangle here? So we've got this nice looking area. Now, my order blocks, they're not always, so, what's the word for it? Textbook. I think this is nice. So you've kind of got this boom, boom, boom area. So, okay, so you've got this, so we've identified our range. There's 200% range for the price. So we do have this downwards kind of slope. Expand that a bit, make it a bit more consistent. So it looks like we might have a burst of two ways. So we've either got a burst of, let me get the pen. Where's the pen? Where's the arrows? There it is. Where is it? There it is. Oh, I can't see it. So we've got a burst upwards towards maybe the midpoint of this area. I'm not too sure exactly where it might go. So we've got to move upwards after we break, because so the closer we get to this kind of this midpoint area, it's going to pressure cook us, and then we're going to blow up. So we're either going to blow up upwards and go back up to where this order block is anyway, and then maybe come back down, which is another about maybe 150% move upwards, 165% move upwards, pretty good. Or we break downwards, which would be very bad. Let me delete this previous TA. So where could we see it next? Well, it's looking like, okay, I see something along the lines of here. Which is quite hard to say. Maybe here, because we have tops of here. So if we kind of zoom in, we bounced off it, came up it, and then bounced again, and then obviously came down it, bounced again, and then we broke above it, and then we bounced on this singular wick here. So it looks like this is a pretty consistent price for some sort of support. So we could go down 51%. So again, I'm going to do the long short situation thing. There we go. So that's kind of the movement I see it happening. So if from this position, if we longed, let's say, or shorted, whatever it may be, we've got this kind. I'm going to do it about here, the midpoint ish, and let's say it came down to there. You got this 3.24 risk to reward of it. If you were to long, you could go up this, or you could go down here. Again, this break, it's not really, there's nothing really pointing me towards a single answer. So we could see, it's quite hard to say. But again, looking at it, the move downwards is nowhere near as great as the move upwards. So that is something to consider. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, we had a huge move upwards, went down, and we carried on bouncing off here. So we've been going down for a long time. So if market cycle was to look at this, it would be saying a really low momentum wave down. Obviously, money flow is probably really negative by this chance. So if we start to kind of crab, within tomorrow, basically, we could crab, and then if we start to see some sort of sign. Obviously, we don't have market cycle, we don't have anything telling us any sort of data. We have no data here. All we have is price action. If there was any data, you could obviously. I mean, we've got indicators. I don't really know what indicator I could probably look at. There's probably something. Let's see what Super Trend's saying. I don't know. I'm not even going to bother. I don't know how to use that indicator. We'll get to this price point. If there's some sort of data suggesting to us that we're going to go up, then we go up 160%, let's say, which is huge. But like I said, we've been going down for so long. We've been in this huge bearish trend. It's only time for us to see a trend reversal. So I would probably hope that it'd be a bit bullish, but it's hard to say. Like I said, I'm trying to look to see if there's any fair value gaps or anything which we could see to kind of tell us we're going to hit something. We kind of saw something here, but it's already played out, so there's no point talking about there. We saw here, we have, where is it? There it is. Where is it? There it is. So we had this area, we entered it and came below, so that's invalidated, so that doesn't matter. So there's nothing really, there's not really anything keeping us up or down. Obviously we've got a support point, but there's nothing really like a fair value cap or anything like that. There's not really much in terms of just price. It's quite hard to reckon the price just based on price action, but this is kind of what I see happening. It's been so bullish or bearish, sorry, that I think it'll probably go up. So like you guys are saying, bullish. I hope so. I very do hope so. I do think it'll probably go up. But if we check out GME, just to show the chart again, as the one last reckon, this is what I see: 60% chance of it going up, with a 1.7% risk to reward, with 75% going up. Obviously, you can put your, obviously I know if you're just trading the token, you're going to hold it anyway. But this is what I see happening. So GME bullish, very good. There's more. Statistically, it's going to go up more than it's going to go down. It's going to more likely go up than it's going to go down. So, that's going to be very good for GME. In terms of its price, where it's going to go within the next, couple, maybe 2 hours, I think we're going to go to 64.0064 and then come down again, because obviously you've got this movement upwards, bounce upwards. So we're probably going to hit this point again at 64 and then come down again. So, yeah, that's about it for the stream. Hour 60 minutes, pretty good stream. Didn't have the timer. Just was chill today. I was quite tired. As I've been doing it, I've got a bit more energy. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have much more to say for that. So yeah, so good luck for the markets, because it's getting a bit hairy. It's been a bit hairy. It's been a bit unnatural. It's felt a bit unnatural anyway. But obviously we're kind of coming out of that unnaturalness now. Things are starting to make more sense. But for example, with Bitcoin, we've had ranges here and there. We've had these things going on. Which has been a bit weird, but we're starting to get out of it now. So yeah, so hopefully if you have GME, I think it's going to go up. So if you don't have it, maybe get in, consider getting. Obviously not financial advice. AMC, I'd rather, if I was to choose between GME or AMC, I'd rather choose GME. Like in terms of the likelihood of it going up and me making a big profit, I would choose GME. But if you're in both, I think GME is going to go up. AME. Hopefully so as well, but I think it might go up. Let me go to. Will it bounce? Let me have a look. Can't remember what I said. I think it'll bounce. I mean, obviously, yeah, it will bounce. But buying GME now, yeah, I think it'll go up. Should I long on Bitcoin? Yeah, not now. I think we're gonna go with this line. I said at the time of me drawing it, it's gonna, this drawing was worst case scenario, that we dip all the way down to 41.8. I think we bounce off 42 and then come back up again. So long at 42. There you go, simple as. Not financial advice. But that's about it. I'm scared of checking with. Okay, that's quite down, but that's okay. I did reckon for that. But yeah, I mean, I think that's about it. Hopefully, I'm gonna wake up with a great gift in my account. Like Santa Claus gonna wake up, stroll onto the Fairdesk app and see, oh look, we've gone up so much. So yeah, but good luck. I hope your trades are successful. I bless you with the Oracle TA, which basically means whatever TA you do is always going to be right. And if you use simple significance, you're always going to be right, no matter what. This is not financial advice. That wasn't true. That was a advertisementable lie. It doesn't mean you're going to be positive all the time, but it is a great indicator nonetheless. So do go check it out on Telegram. Check the Fairdesk links in the description. That's where I trade. Ignore that. That'll sort itself out, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, things go down, things go up. It is what it is. Just wait for it. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, how about we move to over here? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, thank you so much for watching the stream. I mean, I'm trying to justify, because I don't like. Obviously, things are gonna, things can go down, things can go up. Entry, I might have entered early, I might have entered late, but I've been so positive recently that it's only time for me to lose. Obviously, if I was to win every single trade I took, I'd be some wizard. And this loss was only because I accidentally put cross in and I tried to get out quickly because I didn't mean to put cross in. So it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good the last trades I've done. The last couple trades. Obviously, if I go down a bit, I've lost a bit here and there, but I made up for it. Yeah. So I both. Yeah, you're going to be pretty pretty profitable. Obviously, it depends when you bought it. If you bought it like when it went all the way up and it came all the way down, you're not really going to be profitable. If you bought it at the start, you're going to be a bit more in profit than you were you know, when you bought it, but you could have had so much more. If you bought it recently, it's probably going to go up, so you're probably going to have some sort of profit. But yeah, you know, in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have longed this because Bitcoin's going down, and when Bitcoin goes down, a lot of other things go down. But you know, I'm a young person when it comes to trading. You know, I haven't even been trading seriously. I haven't been doing TA seriously for a year. You know, these little things, it doesn't come naturally to me sometimes. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'm not going to delay the ending anymore. I will post the result of this in Telegram. If it is terribly down and I lose everything, I will post it. I swear that. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Good luck with GME. If it goes up, you're going to earn a lot of money. So if you put $50 in, I think it's a 2x or whatever it was. Like if it goes up 200%, if it goes up 100%, then you'll get 2 times you'll receive. So if you go up 200%, you'll have $100 plus your $50. So you'll have $100 profit. But anyway, goodbye everybody. Good luck. I think you're going to be very positive or very profitable. I'm very positive on that. And yeah, thank you. See you in the next stream. I'm not streaming Wednesday. I'm streaming Friday. I will be streaming. I think we have a giveaway on Wednesday actually. So that's going to be really exciting, really awesome, really cool. But yeah, thank you. Bye bye.
Come on, Vincent.